I was hoping I'd be able to get done with this. But I didn't, and here we are. Welcome back to I told you we had 15 seconds when you left, and you left. You left right in the middle of us starting the episode. We just started, and then you left. People probably can't even hear it, though, because you know the audio doesn't work. Watch the audio go out. Watch. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to touch anything, and the audio is going to go out. It's just going to go out. So, what are you going to do? You know. What's up, guys? How is it going? Happy almost New Year time. I'm going to jump onto the chats real quick, and then we'll start talking about, I guess, the year in review. I guess a little bit of everything that's been going on. By the way, I'm glad that you guys are joining us for New Year's Eve. I know that not everybody, but a lot of people usually like to go out and party and go out and socialize and not socially distance. But since there's a coronavirus around, you have to socially distance. You have to be careful. You don't want to get a disease, and you don't want to get a virus. Okay? Okay. Bernie said, somebody, and I don't know, there might be a few old school wrestling fans who get what Bernie's saying, but we're going to see. It's more so WCW fans than it is any type of like normal wrestling fans. But
somebody said that.
Somebody call Ernest the Cat Miller's mama and tell her Jordane, Ralph, King Cat, and the Cat Street Posse are in the house. I'm assuming that was the Mean Street Posse, but now since we have the Man Cat's with us. Oh, you can't even see Man Cat on the screen. That's sad. You know why? The kitchen light's on.
You want me to hit it?
Please.
I'll hit it.
We can't have people just sit here. We can't be trying to entertain people here and have them. Oh, wow. What a big difference. What a big difference. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're still not quite straightened up properly exactly. I do need to zoom that in a little bit more, but I think it looks good for now. Happy New Year, guys. It's not New Year yet, but we're not going to be online whenever the New Year starts because we have a lot to do. We have a lot of road that needs to be covered, if you will. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the comments real quick, and then we're going to start talking about. We're going to do like a small review of the year, and then we'll talk about the things that we want to work on for the years to come, or for next year, or that type of thing. So go back to the chats. Bernie, thank you, Bernie, for that comment. Stephanie said, hi, Ron and Adam. Hi, Stephanie. How you doing? Lori said, poor Adam. Yeah, I know. He don't even know. You get 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes to know, hey, the stream's about to go on. I have to go. And he still didn't make it in time. You know what's funny, though? He sat here for a good 30 minutes while I was getting everything set up. 30 whole minutes. 30 whole minutes he sat here, and then he didn't move until we had 1 minute to go. No, it was actually 15 seconds.
It was 15 seconds.
Because I told you 50 seconds. You started to walk away, and I was like, we have 15 seconds, and you just kept walking. And I was like, I guess he has to poop. I don't know. Did you poop?
No, yes.
Gross. I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that on the internet.
What?
In front of all my friends. All my friends here are listening to you now, and they do not want to hear that. Craig Weber, what's up, buddy? He said, good evening, Happy New Year, and you know my New Year's resolution already. What is your New Year's resolution, Craig? You have to tell us again. Because I'm going to say you want to... Oh, shit. I just remembered something I forgot. Damn it. I've been all over the goddamn place, and I still forget stuff. But we'll talk about it whenever we get off of here. Anyway, back to the show. Bernie said, sound working extra today. 15 seconds before the faces matched the voices. Yeah, that happens. Oh, what's up, Joe? How are you, buddy? It's good to see you. That's Joe Milo from the wrestling circles, from the Florida wrestling circles. Oh, cool. He said King Cat is glowing. King Cat is normally glowing. I think this one's the one that's glowing. That's the picture that glows very well. And that was a very nice gift that we received. Well, actually, both of these are very nice gifts received for the old studio. Stephanie said his pics looks like a mirror. Oh, it's probably back whenever right before we fixed it. How are you, Richard Moretti? How are you, buddy? We are getting ready for the new year. We're trying to get prepared for it, and to the best of our abilities. Ralph is having a little bit of whiskey. I'm having a little bit of wine. I haven't quite started the wine, though, so I had to make an exception for this one. Not quite yet, anyway. Stephanie said, we heard you. Oh, you guys do hear me, so good. Rick, what's up, Rick? How are you guys? Sorry about Misty again. I know that they just had a cat pass away, and their kitty cat's name was Misty. So they're having to deal with that right now, and that's never fun. Lisa said, it's okay. He still loves you, Paul. Who still loves me? Shimala said, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. Stephanie said, it's good now. What?
I'm always going to stick up for Adam.
Oh, I didn't see that part. Why you got to stick up for Adam? What did he do? No, you can't stick up for him because he was late today. He was late to the show, and he knew that we had a show, and he was still late for it. How can you be late for a show that you know that you're on, and the show already started, and then you're there? You're actually on time for the actual show, but right when it actually starts. Because, you get a little timer. We give people a little bit of time. It's actually to give me time to make sure that all this stuff is set up. But we give people a little bit of time to jump into the chat and see how their days are going and all that other good stuff. And then 15 seconds before we go, you're like, I think I just want to walk away. It's rude. It's just rude.
Doesn't matter, Ron.
I thought you took the fans seriously, Ralph. This whole time I was thinking that, you really cared. I was hoping that you really cared. But it seems like you don't. I don't think that you care as much as you claim. And Stephanie said, I can't drink tonight. Oh, that's sad, Stephanie. Why would you want to drink tonight? I can't understand why you would want to drink tonight. What's the occasion? Why do you want to drink tonight? You know what I figured out? You can eat chicken fries. Or not like tonight. So we all learned something new. But 2020's been a shit year, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Tara said, nothing like making a last-minute entrance to get the adrenaline going. Hey, there you go. You did it by design then, huh? You were just trying to get over. You were just trying to get people to be like, oh, my God, Adam's here, too. He said Adam wasn't going to be here, and then he started it, and he was by himself, and we're like, what? No fucking Adam? I have to cuss for that one because, Adam is a legitimate subject that you have to make sure that you're being very serious about. You know what I'm saying?
Delicate.
You have to be very delicate about it because Ralph is a delicate flower. Ralph is a delicate flower, almost as delicate as a snowflake. He's almost a snowflake. He's almost on snowflake level. Because snowflakes are so unique. There's no snowflake that's out there that's quite like you. That's what they say. Bernie said, wine, whiskey, and water. Take your pick. All of the above. Sounds good to me. Oh, man. We had a bunch of comments jump in real quick. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I missed all those, too. Yep. What's up, guys? What's going on? All right, we're good. We're good, even though I missed them. It didn't quite matter anyway, so... Oh, you can't drink because you're on antibiotics for a sinus infection and you have work 6 a.m. tomorrow. Well, if you have work at 6 a.m. tomorrow, probably shouldn't drink some whiskey or drink anything, really, except for water, maybe some caffeine in the morning. Maybe that'll wake you up a little bit and keep you refreshed and keep you feeling good. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, 2020 has kind of been the shits of a year, right? Yeah. Not very good. So I wanted to do a little bit. So I figured that we'll do a little bit of a year in review. I found a couple of websites on here that have a little bit of things that were going on throughout the year. And it's very interesting to me to see what was going on throughout this whole year. Because this whole year, I'm sure that now whenever it comes to all these different little mini events, there's a bunch of little mini events that happen every single year, and you can make every single year sound very bad if you wanted to. You can point out a bunch of minuscule things from each year. We could go back to, I'm sure, 2018 and look up some shit that sucked and be like, whoa, that was a horrible year. Wasn't that a bad year? Well, it's not as bad as 2001. That 9/11 happened then. Yeah, of course, that's a bad year too. But everybody's situations are different, and everybody experiences different things too. That's like what I'm trying to think of whenever I do go through this list, because a lot of it, like, and I know like some of you guys are political and all that good stuff. That's cute. That's cool. You want to be political and all that good stuff. But like watching like how evil Trump is for like the 56th time in 4 years, for the 5600th time probably in 4 years, is probably like, I don't feel like that's annoying as well. And the next 4 years, listening to how wonderful Joe Biden's going to be, depending on the news group that you watch, that's going to be annoying too. But I mean, they're all annoying because it's not like any of them are taking care of their people. I guess they're taking care of their small positive thing. But it doesn't seem like it was a positive thing for most people, because most people that I've talked to, and I've seen a few people here randomly this week, just kind of going throughout the city and stuff, and you see different people. And it seems like most people have not had a good year this year, and it seems that COVID has kind of really smashed everybody's opportunities for having a good year. Do you think that COVID had different about this year? How have you felt about the year so far?
I just kept going. I didn't notice anything different except for online and
So everything just felt normal to you?
Yeah.
Everything did not feel normal to me whatsoever. This year felt completely different. It was like, first of all, there's no traffic. No traffic at all. No traffic anywhere you go. That now we're finally starting to get some traffic, but it's not as heavy as it was. There's no work. There's like hardly any work unless you have like a job that'll keep you busy. Crap, I messed up. Man, why's it going? Okay, that's okay. But it's unless you have like a job that stays busy like that, most people's jobs have been shut down. Most people like aren't even able to do anything without a mask. You have to put the mask on just for anything anyway. So it's all just complicated. But the year started out with those Australian fires, and you remember seeing like all the Australian, like the fires that were going on in Australia, the bushfires. There was like the southern hemisphere, and it doesn't have as many. It's a lot drier down there. So when those bushfires start going, it just spreads crazy. And that was just in January 2020. They had this crazy amount of bushfires all throughout, or maybe it wasn't. Let's see, where was it? There's a scale of the damage caused by the bushfires across Australia. In fact, total burned areas reached 18.6 million hectares. I don't know what hectare is. Try to figure out what a hectare is, like how big a hectare is. Bigger than the total land mass of the entire countries like Cuba. So if you think of like the entire country of Cuba, that whole country got burned. What is it? A unit of area equal to 10,000 square meters, equivalent to 2,471 acres. So that's a lot of acres, though. Yeah, it's bad. It's 5.5 million hectares, 18.6 million hectares, 186,000 kilometers. That's crazy. That's a lot of burning going on. That's a lot of craziness going on, and it was just January. And then, while still in January 26th, guess what happened January 26th?
What happened?
Take a guess. Guess anything. Just guess something.
Kobe.
Yeah, you guessed it right because you cheated. Kobe died. And Kobe was only 41, though, so you don't expect somebody at that age, especially so young, and he just retired to die, and especially die the way that he did die. Yeah. And, that's one of those things where it's like, wait a minute, who died? Kobe? Nah, I don't believe that. Kobe didn't die. No, he can take care of himself. Nope, Kobe died. Kobe died. That's crazy, too. That's just crazy in itself, knowing that Kobe Bryant's no longer here with us anymore, having to put on a mask. At least you don't have to put on a mask. Do you get it? Because he's dead. Oh, sorry. It wasn't enough. It was rude to... Oh, sorry. Oh. Back over here at the chats, Stephanie said 2020 sucked for me. Yeah, but it didn't suck as... as bad for you as it did Kobe. Am I right?
That was
Am I right? Probably sucked for Kobe a little bit worse. Joe said all news is fake news. I believe that. I do believe that all news is fake news. But it depends on where you're reading that news from, whether it's really real to you or not. Lisa said people don't care if they get it or not. Too bad. Oh, yeah. The coronavirus. Joe said, "Tell Adam to stop talking so much." LOL. Adam, stop talking so much. You're taking up my space. You're taking up my time. You know, this is our big New Year's Eve episode, and you're sitting here taking up my time. You're taking up my space. You're talking too much. Why are you bothering me so much, man? All I want to do is have a conversation with these people online, and all you want to do is stop me from doing it. Do you like laughing at me?
I'm sorry.
But are you sorry, or are you not quite so sorry?
I'm not sorry.
You
Not
feel
at
good
all.
about it? I'd feel good about it if I was you. Bernie said, that is crazy. Kobe and Brody were both 41. One left us in January and the other in December. That's true, yeah. You seen Brody? Brody Lee just died, professional wrestler. One of the, what's that gimmick? The evil guy in wrestling? He's evil now. He's like the evil guy in wrestling. He wears a mask.
Oh,
Who is the evil guy? He wears a mask. He's evil. He's wrestling Randy Orton.
Phenom.
Barry said, the Phenom? No, that's the Undertaker. Barry said, please talk so the rambling will stop. The rambling never stops, Barry. It never stops. You're just going to have to deal with it, buddy. You're going to have, the Wyatt family. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. No shit, right? The Wyatts.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
The Bray Wyatt. The Fiend. Exactly. Thank you, guys. Yeah, exactly. The Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. Whatever his gimmick is now. They were in the Wyatt family, but it was they had the red-haired guy and then they had the black-haired guy with the beard. The black-haired guy with the beard passed away. He was in AEW as well. A lot of people died this year, huh? I know we talked about that a little bit yesterday too, but it's just it just sucks, your time is definitely limited. You never know. Oh geez, LOL. Was Luke Harper in WWE part of the Wyatt family and the Exalted One Brody Lee in AEW? He was Luke Harper in the WWE. Oh, that's the name, Luke Harper. That was the wrestling name. Part of the Wyatt family. There we go. Thanks, Bernie. Coming in strong, Bernie. I told you my modern wrestling knowledge is lack thereof. I haven't been paying attention much. And I know who the Wyatts are, though. Like, obviously, I know who the Wyatts are. Like, that was just a brain fart. Darnell said Kobe was born the same year as I. Wow, that's crazy, man. But at least you outlived him. It's too early, or is it too early still? What? I'm sorry. You're just giving me the jokes today. You're like you're handing them to me in a silver platter. What do you expect me to do? Leave them alone? I can't leave them alone. I have to comment. Definitely. So yeah, and then we had Kobe, and now let me go back over to this list, and I'm looking at a CNN list, and I'm looking at a list from what is it called? I don't know. I don't know what this other news article is, but it doesn't really. Probably going to get worse. We'll just leave it at that. The spread of the novel coronavirus. Oh boy, here we go. We're getting into March. First COVID-19 death in the United States was February 6th. The first person to die from COVID-19
In California.
was in California, Santa Clara County. But the link is not confirmed until April 21st. They didn't know that until April 21st, though. That's crazy. Former Rep Joe Walsh ends his challenge against Trump for the 2020. Yeah, see, exactly. February 7th. This is a very tedious list for 2020. So, like, who's former Representative Joe Walsh ends his challenge against Trump for the 2020 Republican presidential nomination? Wasn't there a lot of guys doing that? Or was he the only one? Or is he the only noteworthy one? Seems like he's probably the only noteworthy one. Cook County, Illinois grand jury returns a 6-count indictment against actor Jussie Smollett for making false reports to police that he was a victim of a hate crime. Smollett, I think that's a Smollett, who is gay and black, said he was the victim of a racist, homophobic attack near his Chicago apartment in January 2019. Because, the KKK is very, very deep in Chicago. They're very deep in Chicago. That was sarcasm, guys. Not a lot of KKK people in Chicago. Former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, I can't read names worth shit, announces he is ending his 2020 president. So a lot of these, now I'm seeing like a lot of these articles, they're just linking us back to their own articles. So they're just trying to up their page. So I'm going to go to the more noteworthy one and the year in review for 2020. And there we go. Nationalities of 176 victims. Oh, yeah, that was the crash site in Iran. Yeah, they were talking about that. Coronavirus crash. Coronavirus has messed up everybody. Lockdown life begins March 2020. So we had, what was it, 2 weeks when we originally started? Was it Trump was on the news saying, oh, we got 16 days, guys, 16 days, and we're going to flatten the curve and we're going to be good. It was like a lot of stuff that was on the news saying that. And look where we are now. Look where we are now. Obviously, though, that's the thing. That's another thing about it, though. You cannot actually, you can't just say we're going to lock down for a year. Nobody would buy that. So if I was talking to the doctors, if I'm the president and I'm talking to the doctors and the doctors are like, hey, man, we might have to lock down for a couple of years. I'm going to be like, all right, cool. I'm going to tell them, maybe 2 weeks. And then after that, I'm going to be like, oh, it's going to be a little bit longer. Oh, you know what, guys? I know I said 2 weeks, but really I meant 6 months. Oh, that whole 6-month thing? Double that. Oh, wait a minute. We just doubled that. Now we have a new president. Now it's all changing. You still got to wait, though. Everything's still going to be locked down. It doesn't matter who the president is. What really matters is COVID going to get you? And COVID only gets you past 10 p.m. That's why you're not allowed out. That's why they
that makes sense.
They lock people. They put them in jail because COVID's gonna get you. And you know what? I'd rather be in jail than have COVID. Lockdown life begins, and there's a bunch of different visuals for that, and it's not very interesting though. I'm only here to give you guys the interesting stuff. And Darnell, what's up, brother? Darnell said, we, the black delegation, would like to trade Jason Smollett. You're not allowed to, Darnell. You're stuck with him because ain't nobody claiming his ass either. I don't know anybody who wants to claim him. Lisa, counting going up everywhere. It's sad. Are you talking about the infections? Infections are definitely going to be going up because they're counting them. They're testing. The more you test, the more people are going to be positive. Those positive tests were already out there. You know who Reverend Jordane is? I don't know who that is. That's an interesting name. I don't know. I heard it before, but I don't know. Joe said February was when they started counting deaths, and I wish they would just stop. I know. Well, as long as somebody dies, they're going to count. They're going to keep counting, and they're going to keep counting. They're going to keep counting. That's just part of the game, baby. Can you not? And then, and the job losses, too. That's a beautiful thing about it, too. Here, you know what? I'm just going to put this. I'm just going to put it on the screen so you guys can see the article that I'm reading, so we can just go through it together. Let's do that. Double. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I need to put the other camera up though. Sorry, guys. We're gonna I'm gonna edit this while we're going. So boom, boom. Make sure that you guys see us. Boom. We'll make us a little bit bigger because we're cool. We're cool guys like that. And then, oh no, stop now. There we go. And we'll do that window capture. Which one was it? There we go. Year in review. Chrome. Boom. Oh, that's a lot bigger though. Sorry guys, I didn't prep this because I wasn't planning on just having it on there, but now I'm thinking that it's not a bad idea to have it up there. It's just for a little bit of a visual aid, so everybody can kind of scroll through and go through everything that we're seeing as well. But Smollett. Yep, we're talking about Jesse Smollett. I know my TV. Both of y'all know. Yep, we do. We're smart guys, right?
I'd like to say so.
I'd like to say so. I'd like to think so, but you never actually know if that's true or not. Anyway, we're going to go back now, guys. We're going to go back. Let's see. Has it caught up? Okay,
Yep.
It has caught up. All right, cool. So here's the job losses. January, 0.2, regular stuff. And then you got 3.3. Then you got 6.9. Then you got 6.6, which is a historical average. Then you got 5.2. And it looks like everybody was hit with that. More U.S. jobs were lost in the last month than the equivalent populations of entire countries. Basically saying this shutdown whooped our asses. We have more job loss claims than they have population. I've never heard of Burkina Faso, so that's Taiwan, Australia, and Chile. That's crazy though. I didn't know those countries were that small. To put this in perspective, the U.S. unemployment levels in 2020 were roughly 10 times higher than previous peak unemployment levels in absolute terms. Or to look at, blah, blah, blah. We know. We get it. Stimulus announced in the U.S. Oh, yeah, stimulus in March 27th, too. This was back in the day. Back for that first stimulus. Did you got some of that stimulus money?
Yep.
So you might be getting that $600 they're going to be doing now, right?
Yep.
So you're probably going to be doing that UBI they're going to be doing in a couple years, right?
What is that?
Probably. Universal basic income. Just pay attention. You'll see. Stimulus announced in the U.S. on March 27th. The $2 trillion CARES Act came into law after facing. I don't know. This is very technical stuff, guys. We're not going to get too technical with this stuff because I'm not into it like that. I don't really give a shit about the technical stuff. I just like reading the stuff that actually affected us. So, yeah. Anyway, Lisa said, it's sad 2 people lost lots of jobs, and most of them were decent, won't come back to work, and get unemployment. Most of them getting more most people get in a week. Yes. Oil prices go negative. Did you see that? Did you notice that?
No,
Did you
I
notice
did
it?
not notice
I mean, neither. But I think that's probably, let's see. Let's read it real quick and see. In another historic, and this was in April, oil prices went negative for the first time in history. Futures contracts of WTI oil fell to a stunning negative. Wow, negative. You lost all your fucking money on that. That sucks. On April 20th, with producers actually paying traders to take oil off their hands. So there was so much oil. It was just like you couldn't sell it for anything because nobody. Well, I mean, when you shut down everything, it makes sense because everything's shut down. So it's not like you can actually go out and go back and forth and you can go do things. It really does shut down. So everything kind of did get shut down. So that's very interesting though because I don't remember that being all over the news. Even though it does make sense. Yeah, exactly. Barry Jones said, yeah, it's because nobody's driving. Right, exactly. Joe Biden said, I wonder if they're still counting deaths with deaths from COVID. They're counting deaths from COVID from headaches. That's what they're counting them from. You got a headache? Oh, man, he died from COVID. But he's not dead. Yeah, but put it down anyway, just in case. We don't want to be too careful. So just in case, he died from COVID. But I'm not dead yet. He died from COVID. Just put it down. Just put it down. Going below zero. Look at that. It went below zero. But that would be the time, guys. If you guys are investing, buy it then. Buy it then. Black Lives Matter protests went on everywhere. The quote, I can't breathe. You see these protests that popped up all over the place in May, I think it was. Yep, after the killing of George Floyd, May 25th, by police, armed conflict, location, and event, David, blah, 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 blah. We get it. We know what happened. Nationwide pattern for civil unrest. And that's one of the things as well, too. So when people are already upset and they have to sit home and and if you feel like people are doing something to you, you want to do something back. That's the yin and the yang effect, though. So I've seen people talking about like the different riots that were going on, and you see like there's labels for riots that actually went on throughout the country. And the problem is, this is not really a problem. It's just one of those things that we all need to think about as we who was telling me, he was like, oh man, it's always great. These protests, like, yeah, we gotta make y'all understand what's going on. We gotta be like that. And that's you do have to make a point to a certain extent. But and then said And then, like, after you punched them in the face, they were like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to be great to you. Or did they do whatever they could to try to punch you back?
Yep, that one.
That's the problem. So, like, if we keep rioting, if we keep going and we keep going crazy, like, eventually there's going to be some people who are like, oh, I'm not dealing with that. And then there's a bunch of civil unrest. But the civil unrest is people fighting each other. That's the problem. You know, and I'm not saying like there's no reason for the riots or anything. Obviously, there's reasons for riot to hurt people so much. Don't be so violent, you know. And that's all of it. Like that, like the terrorist attack that just happened. Wasn't there a terrorist attack that just happened? So it's like it's just one of those things, you know. Barry Jones said, "Funny how things get swept under the rug. No mention of anything but COVID." Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Now, is that because of COVID, or is it because of like, just because of how this year has been? It's been so crazy everywhere. Oh, now we're getting into the remote problems. As remote work became the new normal, new day's a new normal. Every day is new. Okay, everything. Oh my God. Oh, it's the new normal. Huh? Can you believe it's new normal? Yeah. Okay, we get it. It's new normal. Normal's new. This is new. This is the normal. If this is the new normal, why doesn't it feel normal? Because it hasn't got normal yet. Does it feel normal yet? The fuck you mean new normal? I just get tired of hearing these words that they keep putting out there. Masks to go shopping. Yay, new normal, wonderful, exciting. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because I've seen some videos where they were talking about like the Great Reset, and it's like, oh, this is an opportunity to reset everybody and reset everything and reset, I don't know, whatever everything, like, I don't know, reset the economy, crash it, and then restart it. I don't know. It's just so much craziness going on. The struggle for remote workers, though, that's a flexible schedule, 32%. The biggest struggle with working remotely stems from blurred line commute. I don't know what all that's talking about. It's not really that interesting, though. Tesla becomes the world's most valuable automaker. So they're not the biggest automaker, but they're worth more. How are they worth more than all of these other giant big corporations who have been around for so long? Toyota. I didn't know Toyota was that big. Damn. Yeah. Toyota's like 4 times the size of Ford. Damn. And Tesla, like, I have been seeing more and more Teslas on the road, though. So it is interesting. Barry Jones said, fuck the new normal. He said it, not me. Stephanie said they're blaming COVID for all deaths, whether or not it was the cause. Yeah, we have seen that. I did that on Spitting Venom Radio, where we covered a few of the COVID deaths where they died from something else. But since they had COVID, they counted as a COVID death. But they didn't actually die from COVID. They died from whatever their previous thing was. Barry Jones said, people act like January 1st is going to be great. After all, 2020 will be gone. That's true, Barry. 2020 will be gone. Darnell said, yeah, Barry, no one has said anything about the common cold or the flu. I think that actually they did say that the common flu, like, you have way less flu cases now than you have ever before. It might not ever before. The average might be lower than what it normally is. And yeah, the flu's basically. Oh yeah, see, Joe just put in. They said all flu has disappeared. It's all do about it. What are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? All we can do is just keep talking. Ooh, big tech's dominance. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing. I mean, if I was a big tech company, I would want years of shutdowns. I would want years. Crazy. At the same time, big tech's concentration reached record highs, with the 5 largest companies accounting over 20 are basically doing amazing down small companies so that they can't spend money at those small companies, because they need to spend money at the big companies. So, like, you know, these big internet companies, because they're on the internet, they're much better for you. So, like, you need to actually use internet company. You know, our main thing we want to do is Microsoft out Walmart, and you remember how big and bad and evil Walmart was? Oh, man. Apparently Amazon sounds a lot worse. Sounds like the shits of a place to work for. And you know what? They get a lot of tax advantages, and they don't even have to pay that much taxes. Pretty good deal to kind of screw over the country and screw over the people. And it's weird because, you know, all these jobs that Walmart gives, there's people that still have to be on food stamps when they work at Walmart. And there's still people who are on food stamps when they work at Amazon. But Amazon's $1 billion. How are they $1 billion company? But people who work for them are on food stamps. That's weird. Huh. Why is that allowed? How does that happen? How are they so successful, but like they're not paying any taxes. They're not taking care of their people. They're not taking care of their employees. That's weird. Weird. I don't know, guys. I'm just asking questions. I don't know anything. I'm just a pro wrestler. I don't know anything. All I know is good for Amazon. Hell yeah. 2020, everybody's been screwed over. Everybody's had a horrible year. Everybody's suffering. But you know what? Amazon, hell yeah. They were doing awesome beforehand, and they're doing amazing now, and they're going to do even better. I cannot wait to see how amazing Amazon's going to do for the next 20 years probably, right? Like that's going to be amazing. Screw those people who have like dreams of having their own companies and doing their own thing. Screw them. We're all about those big companies, and we wanted to make sure that we got to make sure that they survive first. That's number one. Barry Jones said, I actually worked there for 20 years ago. You mean Walmart? It was good back then, not now. Joe said 300 people can be on a plane, but little restaurant can't be open. That's weird, huh? Joe Kozlowski said swamp politicians, hook them up. Yeah, that's about right too. The swamp politicians help them up. It's weird how that whole swamp thing exists. And you know, like we just had 4 years of a president who said that he was going to drain the swamp. But yet people are still talking about the swamp. It's almost as if he just said stuff to get into office, but he wasn't really going to do it. But people don't want to they don't want to go against their emperor god Trump, you know? There's like so many different people who like different things. I know Biden's emperor god, Trump's emperor god. I got it, guys. They can't do any wrong. I'm just saying, fuck them all, right?
Yeah.
Good. As long as we're on the same page. I think that's pretty much what we always do on this show anyway, though. Because we're always talking about this stuff. And we're always covering this stuff. And it's like, okay, can we all make sense, though? I know some points they got to say something politically that makes sense for them and all that other good stuff. Oh, you worked at Amazon 20 years ago, Barry. That's pretty cool. It sounds like it's not too fun to. Aunt Rhonda jumped on this show and said, "Oh my God, Serge heard your voice and went bonkers. He loves your show." And if you guys pay attention to the dogs that I walk normally throughout the day, you'll see my Instagram stories. Serge is the awkward dog. Seether is the beagle. And those two are like they're always excited, you know, and that type of stuff. So I guess Aunt Rhonda played my voice over the loudspeakers, and he started going crazy because he was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to walk this guy. This guy walks me. I like this guy." And Joe Milo said, "I think we need to realize there's more ants than grasshoppers." Yeah. You know, Joe, I think that there's a certain percentage of people who do see that and who do realize that. But at a certain point, like the grasshoppers have to find each other. The grasshoppers have to find each other and the ants have to find each other. So if there's more ants than there are grasshoppers, and you know the ants definitely outnumber the grasshoppers, what does that tell you? Bernie said, might want to find a more neutral site to look at the year's events. The China News Network, CNN, major part of the problem. There's their China News Network? I thought they were the Communist News Network. Weird. This whole time I thought that CNN was the Communist News Network. But they're the Chinese News Network. You know what China is, right?
Communist?
Weird. Bernie said 8:40 p.m. All hail King Cat. You damn right. 8:40 p.m. You hail King Cat at every even number on the hour. So anytime you see an even number, 8:42, hail King Cat. Hail King Cat, and then at 8:44, hail King Cat. All hail King Cat. Yeah, I agree, Bernie. I do have. Let me go back. We have it on CNN, but they also have it on this one, the year 2020 reviewed market cap. Oh, the Beirut explosion. I forgot all about the Beirut explosion, too. There was a big old giant, huge explosion, probably like 6 or 7 times the size of the one that we had here in Nashville. Not to take away what happened in Nashville, but that Beirut explosion, man, like, you got to see the video of that, dude. Like that crate here. I'm going to put it up real quick, guys. Let me put it up real quick. Because I want to show you guys the Beirut explosion, because that thing, like, I can't just say, like, I want y'all to see. Beirut explosion. There we go. All right, Beirut massive explosion. There we go, guys. Let's see. Let's see how this massive explosion goes. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I know we're off track and we're taking a little bit of time, but a lot of bad shit happened this year. Let's get through that commercial real quick. Boom. Skipped. Boom. Yeah, look at that, though.
This morning by one of the powerful peacetime explosions ever. But the will to live remains strong even after this. A survivor this morning found under the rubble. For some, a miracle.
That's so crazy.
Look closely and you can see what happened. This is the port as a fire rages.
I want to see the beginning of it, though.
Sparking. The flames swell to a noisy roar until the second blast.
Oh.
Other angles show
That's
the blast
crazy,
wave
ain't it?
crumbling buildings like sandcastles.
It's almost like a nuclear blast. It looks almost like a nuclear blast. You almost had like a mushroom cloud coming after you.
Oh
That's
man,
crazy. You see how huge that is, dude? That's
I didn't know
like,
that happened.
yeah, dude, that was huge.
Filmed from boats too, from what they thought was a safe distance. They filmed from passing cars
Wow.
miles away. A mushroom cloud hung over Beirut.
That's crazy, man. Crazy, man. Yeah, the Beirut explosion was I just remember seeing that because that, man, like, what? What? That was huge. And Bernie back in the chat said, "Yeah, communist works as well." I know. I was being a little bit of smart ass with that one. Bernie said, "Guns for Hire versus Napalm and Solo versus Wyatt family. Print the money and have the physicality level at 15. Shame we won't get it as Brody and Rowan." Yeah, that would be a damn good. That's a damn good match though. Like just that on paper looks badass. That would be, yeah, dude. That would be, if you knew all the players on that team, man, that's the way to go. Anyway, guys. Anyway, we're gonna go back to finishing up our review of 2020. Back to boom. There we go. Yep, the Beirut explosion. That's so crazy. The shortest bear market in the history of ends. In history ends. So they had a bear market where the market went down and went negative, and then it went back up, and it shot right back up. That's another weird one too. Because the economy, I don't know, like the jobs, when the jobs are down, you think the economy wasn't good, but the economy is good, but jobs are down. It's weird. Weird stuff. U.S. wildfire season in August. Look at all those wildfires. I don't know what the average of wildfires is. You could just show me that, and I could be like, whoa, that's a lot. And it could be like less than what they normally get. But it looks like a lot. Oh, the 2020 presidential election. In 2020, U.S. election spending hit over $13 billion, more than twice the amount spent on the entire 2016 election. Twice the amount. Of this total, congressional spending topped $7 billion, with Democrats spending 64% more than Republicans. Yeah, but Democrats always spend more than Republicans. That's almost cliche. It is cliche. Like, of course, yeah, Democrats always spend more than Republicans. We know that. Oh, and here we are, back at it. COVID's third wave. I'm waiting for the sixth wave. Really. I'm just waiting for the sixth wave.
Of deaths.
Mm-hmm. The 7-day average of new daily cases hit 100,000 in America. By the end of November, global cases soared to 60 million. Since then, cases have trended upward, leading local governments worldwide to enforce social distancing requirements for the winter holiday season. Below, a graphic from Reddit helps show the latest surge in cases in the U.S. Global vaccination kicks off. Oh, yeah, it's December. Global vaccination kicks off. That's always great. We're so happy about this. RD said in the chat, he said, hear about the NIH scientists that got busted taking Chinese money. I did not hear about that, but I will click on it real quick and see what we've got. Now we're gonna take a little bit of a detour and see what the old RD is sending us here. Boom. 54 scientists have lost their jobs as a result of NIH probe into foreign ties. Some 54 scientists have resigned or have been fired as a result of an ongoing investigation by the National Institute of Health into the failure of NIH grantees to disclose financial ties to foreign governments. For 93% of the 189 scientists whom NIH has investigated to date, China was the source of their undisclosed support. So basically, they didn't want to say that, hey, this is where I got my money from. I got my money from China. The new numbers come from Michael Lauer, NIH's head of extranormal research. Laura had previously provided some information on the scope of NIH's investigation, which had targeted 189 scientists in 87 institutions. But his presentation today to a senior advisory panel offered by far the most detailed breakout of an effort NIH launched in blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so a lot of people are taking a lot of money. Lauer said that the fact that 82% of those being investigated are Asian is not surprising because that's who the Chinese target in their foreign talent recruitment programs. Some 82% are men, and their median age is 56, with the youngest being 48 and the oldest 59, slightly more than one half. Yep, yeah, that makes sense. That's fun. Lots of China stuff. On to the next one after this wild ride. That was 2020. Many people are wondering what 2020 will have in store for them. And that's where we end up going, because I don't want to, look at all this. See all that? Tulsi Gabbard announces she is ending her 2020. This stuff is, not that important. President Obama offers his formal endorsement for Joe Biden. Yeah, no shit. It would be noteworthy if it was Trump. Oh wait, did Obama just say he supports Trump? That would be cool. But a Democrat president supporting another Democrat president. But then again, I guess George Bush doesn't support Trump, so. At least they're better better than them, I guess. I don't know. A lot of stuff. And all this stuff is very tedious. And it's a lot of things that went through the year, but I think the CNN list is very tedious, and it makes all this stuff not seem as that big of a deal. I like the other one because it just showed us the big stuff. And that's really what we're all really aware of, the big stuff that everybody kind of experienced seeing through the news, and it was everywhere you turn, you either seen riots, you either seen COVID, you either seen the fires that were going on. You've seen a lot of different stuff that was going on throughout the year. So it's just been cray cray. But hey, that was 2020. 2020 I don't think was good for anybody. There's a lot of people who I don't think a lot of people really cared for 2020 that much. Did you?
Looking back, yeah. No, I do.
What do you mean?
It's going to be in the history books.
Oh, 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be in the history books. Oops, sorry, guys. Let me get that off there. Cool. Yeah, so that's one of the things I wanted to do is kind of go over. I just wanted to review those little bit of things throughout. Let me get this off here. Boom. Off there. There we go. All right, cool. And now, I know, guys, we're getting there. All right, so now we got 2020. Stephanie said, when was that? When was what, Stephanie? Bernie, rest in peace. Dawn Wells, Marianne from okay, that was on a different thing. I thought I was still on the other thing and it popped back up. The Ultimate Girl Next Door took a 3-hour tour into every guy's heart. Oh, the girl from Gilligan's Island passed away. Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. Rest in peace, Dawn Wells. A lot of people been dying, but I guess a lot of people are always dying, huh? A lot of people are always dying. It just depends on where your attention is, whether you know that they died or not. But I'm sure you can find somebody die every day. I'm sure every day you can find somebody who died. Anyway, now we're going into 2020. What are you thinking about 2020, Ralph? How do you think that you did for? How do you think that you did 2020 first of all, before we get to 2021?
I think I did great. There's always room for improvement.
What did you do great in, and what do you need to improve on?
I wasn't really ready for these questions, but what about you?
What about me? What?
How was your 2020?
My 2020 was the shits. Lost my job. Didn't accomplish a lot of the goals that I had set out for 2020. But that's also just because 2020 turned out the way that it did. And I had to put some things on the back burner that I didn't want to put on the back burner, but I felt like I should have, because I felt like it was going to be I felt like this was going to be more of a challenge now coming up, because, you know, I didn't have any more work. I didn't have like my normal job that I have. So get my bills paid first, and then let me make sure that that's still good. Yeah, we're okay. And then try to get myself back to a point. Now, I think that, you know, when all this stuff started happening, you know, everybody was stressed out, and there was like the whole toilet paper shortage and things like that. And, you know, neither you nor I are participated in that type of stuff. But during that time, I knew that I needed to make sure that I stayed on top of everything that I was doing at the time, because there's no telling what's going to be, what we can expect for the next day, let alone the next year or two. So coming out of this, I feel like what I did bad, what I could do better, I could be, since I don't have as much regular work now, I have to make my own schedule with my side jobs that I do have. And this is a side job as well. So this is one of the side jobs that I have I'm figuring out how to get scheduled in here as well. I think that the thing where I have most improvement is staying on top of my schedule, scheduling out my days and sticking to my schedule for my days. That's number one for me, for my improvements, to improve myself. And then I think that I did do really well staying motivated, being in shape, getting in shape. I got into like some of the best shape of my life. I've kind of backed off of that a little bit, just because I haven't been running as much, and you're not quite as motivated whenever you're, you know, not able to wrestle as much, and, you know, those types of things. But if everything goes as planned, if everything goes well and things start to open up in 2021, wrestling, you're going to see me everywhere. You're going to see me all over the place. You know, you and I have been talking about the different places that we need to go for wrestling. But we're going to be doing wrestling, but we're also going to be doing the streams, because we're professional streamers now as well. And we're in this for the long haul. So, guys, get used to the rambling. Get used to the rambling, jumping Jordane show. So that's going to be fun, because you guys are not going to get enough of me. I want to, so like some of my more specific goals is we have 200 YouTube subscribers right now. I want to get to 1,000. I think I could do 1,000 in a year. Along with that, the other goals are doing the live streams. I'm going to say 3 to 5 days a week, at least. 5 days a week whenever I can, whenever I don't have too much to do. 3 days a week whenever I have to leave on a Friday. Sometimes we'll do them earlier. Sometimes, you know, we'll figure out when we have to do them. But the live streams are definitely a priority. Also, Went for a Walk, Got Lost is going to be brought back, but Ralph and I have been debating on how we wanted to do it, and we're going to have that as a normal YouTube show. And we'll like do some of the we'll do some streams where we review it and stuff like that, but we don't want to put too much time into doing those live, because I feel like the footage is just too good for it not to be like very nice footage. So, you know, we're going to do that. And then what else? I'm so on my health goals. So I got a goal for everything. I got the wrestling goals. We just talked about that. I got the podcast goals or the live stream goals. Just talked about that. Now my health goals. I've gotten down to 14% body fat. I want to get down to 12. And 12 is going to be a motherfucker, but I want to get down to 12. If I can get down to 12, then I'll continue to it, and I'll get to 10. But it is what it is. You know, it's just one of those things that I'll get to it. I just have to stay focused, stay motivated, and stay on top of it. That's always hard, but it's a new year, new me. New year, new me. New year, new me. You can't talk to me like that. I'm a new me now.
That's cute.
As opposed to the old me. The old me wouldn't take that shit. But then again, maybe they would. Maybe they would. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, those are some of my goals. My other goals are getting the other guys back in here. Spinning Venom Radio will be rolling. Bob's going to be coming back. Bob Hollywood's available now after the New Year's. He's going to be available again. Rick the Gamer and I may be doing some episodes remotely, so he'll be able to stay home and he'll be able to do it, and I'll be able to do it, and we'll get those episodes going as well. Along with my live shows are going to be doing this as well. And pay close attention, because these live streams are also going to intertwine with a lot of the wrestling stuff that I'm going to be doing as well. So I'm going to be cutting a lot of promos. I'm going to be talking a lot of shit about a whole bunch of different people in the wrestling business. And another announcement to make, on top of all the other announcements that we've already made and we still have to stick with. I'll be having a bunch of different interviews on my YouTube page. These will not be live interviews. We may get to live interviews in the future. Right now, I just want to get the interviews out and get as many people on my YouTube channel as I can, so that I can introduce you guys to the people that I work with, and you guys can be more familiar with the different people that I work with. And it's not only people that we work with, it's people that I'm interested in, that I think will have a great conversation, and those types of things. So everything's going to be growing. Everything's going to be getting better. I think that that's a lot of my goals and what I want to be doing. What about you? What about you, Bubba? What you thinking?
Basically just staying consistent and keep pushing forward. Yeah, just take it away, please.
I'll just keep pushing forward. Probably just I like how you felt like you were on the spot. You're like, take it away, Bubba, take it away.
Yeah.
No, but that's one of the things too, is gaining that momentum and then keeping that momentum going. So you're basically, what you're saying is you want to keep your momentum going. You want to get some good positive things going, but stay on top of it. Keep it rocking and rolling. Make sure that you know, like, you're on top of your stuff. This year's going to be better than last year. Like, the goal is to make sure that everything is much better than it was last year. Even if last year wasn't that bad of a year. Because, like I said, it was the shits of a year. It was the shits of the year professionally, but not personally. Personally, it's been fine. It's been a year. You know, it's been a year. It's just professionally, like, you can't go out and work. You can't do anything. There's not much that you can do. Like, it's hard. You know, people losing their jobs, people losing, I don't know. I feel like a broken record jumping on here and talking about this stuff. But it just keeps coming up because it's like everyone's experience. Everyone's experience is just dealing with this type of stuff, and it's just it's a different world right now. Is it a new world? Is it a new world order? Is it a new? I'm trying to think of some conspiracy stuff, but I can't really think of any right now. Anyway, guys, we're gonna jump off here so that we don't want to spend too much time. I know that it's New Year's Eve, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with us this whole time. I know that everybody's celebrating. Everybody's trying to have some fun. Everybody's trying to get their minds off of the year of what the drizzling shits of a year 2020 was, and they want to try to make sure that they can have a better year in 2021. And I think that's what we want to do, right? Mm-hmm. We want to have a better year in 2021. We're going to be improving the podcast. We're going to be improving What Got Lost. All of that's going to be rolling. Everything's looking good, though. Everything's looking good. You got anything to say before we drop on off of here? That was good. Good
Yeah,
night.
that was good.
Right on, Bubba. It was a good night. All right, guys. We love you all. Happy New Year. We will see you all next year.